This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
You'll know retired MMA fighter Smooth Benson Henderson as a former UFC lightweight champ, a WEC lightweight champ. He's considered one of the greatest lightweight fighters of all time. You'll hear his name get tossed around with guys like BJ Penn and Frankie Edgar, Islam Makhachev, as it should be. And when Benson was a guest, at the time, he was fighting for Bellator MMA. Cool to talk to one of the best MMA fighters of our generation, being a longtime fan of the game, and equally interesting to get outside of fighting and training and get to know him just a little bit. He talked about his first concert, seeing the Beach Boys with his mom. We talked about how he wanted to be a police officer when he was younger. We talked about the importance of friends and family, knowing that he's a big comic book geek. You know, I had to ask him about superpowers. He talked about having a clean living lifestyle. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. And stop me if you've heard this before, Benson shared a near-death camping story.
That's a good question. I don't know if I ever got that one before. I think I'll have to say no. Nothing comes to mind as far as having a near-death experience. I'll say one time my buddy and I were being pretty stupid. My college roommates, Chris Egan and Anthony Byers, Jared Owens, we went hiking. We went camping and hiking. We were just got ready to college, so we wanted to go have a good time, go do something. So we went camping, completely into wilderness camping. So not like, where everybody else is, and then they all have the power hookups and whatnot, but we went into the wilderness. We had to hike I think 4.5 miles even to get to the wilderness area.
Like camping.
And then we were super unprepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, actual legitimate camping. We didn't have enough food to eat. We got super hungry and we were almost starved and didn't have the right kind of sleeping bags. And the sleeping bags were rated to 50 degrees, but it got down to negative 10 degrees where we're at. We're really dumb. We really need to be smarter about when we go camping. So one time we were going camping, and we went on a crazy hike that turned into a mountain climb while we went on that camping trip. And I slid. I ended up sliding down, and I caught myself at the last second, but it was sheer ledge after where I slid almost fell. It was I slid and I caught myself, but maybe 2 feet, 3 feet below where I was at was a sheer drop down to 40, 50 feet. So
yeah.
That probably would have, I would have not probably lived that long after falling from that height.
Stop Me If You've Heard This Before on the Toddcast podcast is powered by FKP MMA, Vancouver's #1 training destination at fkpmma.com.
Oh, please, not that music. That music gives me nightmares from my childhood.
Could we get something a little bit lighter, some lighter music here?
Are you a fan of true crime TV shows?
And what about Unsolved Mysteries, the show that jump-started all of our love of true crime?
I'm Ellen Marsh.
And I'm Joey Taranto.
And we host I Think Not, a true crime comedy podcast covering some of the wildest stories from your favorite true crime campy TV shows all the way to Unsolved Mysteries.
Baby, you will laugh, you will cry, you'll think about true crime in a whole new way, and you'll also ask yourself, who gave these people mics?
New episodes of I Think Not are released every Wednesday with bonus episodes out every Thursday on Patreon.
And every Monday, you can listen to our True Crime Rundown, where we go over the top true crime headlines of the week.
So come and join us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You've watched them from the outside your whole life. On TV, on stage, on the cover. The success that always looks like it happened to someone on a different planet. But what if it didn't? I'm Evelyn, and I've spent over 25 years in entertainment. producing for some of the biggest names in Hollywood. And here's what I learned. The distance between you and them, it's a lot shorter than anyone's letting on. On my podcast, Reppin', I sit down with the people you've been watching, and I ask them who they actually are. Not the brand, the person. Where they started, what it cost them, what almost broke them. Their grit, their courage, their resilience, and the lessons they've learned, it's all yours for the taking. Reppin', wherever you listen.
Do you love Disney? Do you love top 10 lists? Then you're going to love our podcast, Disney Countdown. Hi, I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And Biscuits, I'm Jeremy, aka Jarendell, and we are the hosts of the hit Disney podcast, Disney Countdown.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. The parks, the movies, the music, the food, the lore. There is nothing we don't cover on our show, right, Jeremy?
Ooh, girl, you know we are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you are looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.